Hello, my name is Wendy. It's been a busy couple of weeks. Ever since Dana Coverstone posted his most recent dream, Keep Your Eyes on the Prize, and I gave my metaphysical interpretation. Ever since then, Yehua has given me dream after dream, and he's given me supernatural experience after supernatural experience. He has been teaching me the hidden mysteries of the Bible. If this is your first time watching, I invite you to join me on this journey of discovery. I encourage you to start from the beginning. I've created a playlist called The Path to the Tree of Life. In my last video, I passed along a message that Yehua gave me to tell the women. Also, I described what it felt like when the Almighty revived my spirit of love by activating my heart energy center. If you recall, I said that something touched my left leg, just below the knee. A magical tingly sensation rippled out from this contact point and affected my entire left leg. At the time, I didn't understand why this magical sensation did not expand beyond the leg. However, the Almighty has given me several dreams this last week to help me figure it out. I had the first warning dream on July 29th, which is the day before my heart energy center was activated. In the dream, I was visiting my Uncle Tom. I was trying to tell him something, but the words could not come out. This went on for a long time. I don't even know what I was trying to tell him, only that I had a deep desire to express something important. But I didn't even know where to begin. Then my Uncle Tom's brother, whose name is Ray, joined us. When he came, he started playing an old record from when he was young. Before any lyrics were heard, the sound of the melody jarred a memory in my mind, and I wanted to tell my Uncle Tom about the amazing dream I had that was linked to the Eagles, and how one of the co-founders of the band died at 77. I had so much that I wanted to say, but the moment I opened my mouth to speak, my Uncle Tom interrupted me with an aggravated tone. Why can't you tell me why you've been lying there like a cripple for the last 2 hours? That was the end of the dream. I immediately woke up from my long 2-hour nap with my hands stiff and rigid, like someone who suffered from arthritis. I know that pain like this is caused by inflammation, but I dismissed this fact as being unimportant because there were so many things about the dream that caught my attention. For instance, the song that Ray played was another song from the Eagles, entitled, I Can't Tell You Why. This song title echoed what my uncle asked, why can't you tell me why? At the time, I had just finished my interpretation video for the dream, If Anyone Falls, where I was tongue-tied and couldn't speak about love. Also, I just had the long run dream, which was given to me hours after the passing of the Eagles co-founder, Randy Meisner. The name of my uncle's brother is significant to the interpretation of this dream. A ray of light can be broken down into the rainbow color spectrum, and I've been teaching about the importance of this color spectrum on our path to spiritual enlightenment. Ray is another name for Ra, who is the Egyptian equivalent of God the Father. In the Egyptian pantheon, Ra has an eagle head. There is only one other Egyptian god with an eagle head, and that is Horus, who is a descendant or son of Ra. In a way, you could say that these two Egyptian gods are twins. The name Tom means twin. Didn't Jesus say, if you have seen me, you have seen my Father? So my Uncle Tom and his relative Ray are representatives of God the Father and God the Son in this dream. I was very excited about this dream because it supported what I was teaching about how we could see through the all-seeing eyes of God and speak His truth if we raised the frequency that our consciousness resonated at to the higher levels of the color spectrum. But what I failed to do was answer my Uncle Tom's question. Why can't you tell me why you have been lying in bed like a cripple for the last 2 hours? The biggest clue that I overlooked about my Uncle Tom's aggravation was that he reminded me of a friend of mine who told me a long time ago that I needed to stop eating sugar. If I had paid more attention to his question, I would have taken the appropriate actions necessary so that the magical tingly sensation that I felt the next day when I received my healing would have resonated throughout my entire body. Later, on the 30th, a few hours after I received my healing, I had another dream that provided a clue as to why only my leg tingled. While I was sleeping by my open window, I saw a big, muscular man wearing a red flannel lumberjack shirt standing in the dark. I could not see his head, only his strong upper body. His lower body faced me, but his torso was twisted to his left. All of a sudden, his upper body untwisted and pulled a flashlight out of his armpit area. Then he flashed a light into my eyes. It was a beautiful light. It was a red light that was white in the center and orange on the outer edges. Then I immediately woke up as a storm erupted over my house and a gust of wind blew into my window. Lightning helped me see the trees in my yard sway around violently as the powerful winds blew from left to right. I quickly went to the front door to let my dog in the house. When I opened the front door, the path was blocked by a big pile of tree branches. I have had many dreams with God the Father, and like Moses, I'm not allowed to see his face. Yahushua, Jesus, said that he is the vine, and his Father is the husbandman, the one who prunes the garden. And so I know that this strong lumberjack, whose face I did not see, was a representation of God the Father. The orange-red color is at the bottom of the color spectrum. I thought, oh no, what did I do to make Abba so angry that he would come down and manifest himself in this way? I suspected that it had something to do with me taking a sip of a sugary drink earlier that day. Whatever Yahweh was trying to tell me, it was very, very important. Not only did his lumberjack form, who looked like the guy from Brawny commercials, drop a massive tree limb in front of my door, but he had a special surprise waiting for me when I began my research. As I hopped onto my computer and looked up the image of the big brawny man, I found a clip of him twisting his upper body and presenting the audience with a roll of paper towels. This was very similar to how the lumberjack twisted in my dream, only he twisted in the opposite direction and presented me with a red light that he pulled out of his left armpit. I cannot deny that this supernatural experience upset me some, because I feared that my consciousness had fallen back down into the red zone. The Almighty was more gentle with me when he gave me the pinstripe suit vision on August 1st. In this vision, I saw the body of a woman standing in front of me. I did not see her head, but I saw the expensive business suit that she was wearing. The suit was black, with thin, vertical, white pinstripes. This woman's body was very shapely. Her thighs were extremely plump, to the point that they seemed swollen, almost as if they were going to bust out of the seams of her pants. Then, out of nowhere, I saw a giant female hand appear. The hand was beautiful, and it had red nail polish on its perfectly formed fingernails. The giant hand squeezed the plump upper thigh of the woman's left leg. The hand did it in a way as if to say, "Pay attention to this. It's important." That was the end of the vision. Although the hand was beautiful, seeing the red fingernails did not make me happy. At first, I didn't understand this vision at all, so I did a Google search to see what stripes mean in a dream. It said that seeing stripes in a dream was a good sign. The Bible says, "By his stripes we are healed." After several hours racking my brain, I finally understood the meaning of all three of these dreams. They were given to me so that I would understand why the tingly sensation didn't travel throughout my body. Now I can tell you why I was lying in bed like a cripple for 2 hours. The Almighty was teaching me a lesson about the importance of water flow within our bodies. The arthritic pain that I experienced that day was a symptom of inflammation. Similar to our circulatory system, which moves blood throughout our bodies, the lymphatic system circulates water throughout our bodies. The lymphatic system is made up of vessels that resemble pinstripes. Within the lymphatic system, water passes through checkpoints known as lymph nodes. Lymph nodes are located where our limbs connect to our torso, like the armpit and upper thigh. This is why the Almighty had a lumberjack pull a red flashlight out of his armpit. He was shining light on the subject. And it's why a giant female hand with red nail polish squeezed the swollen upper thigh of the woman with a business suit. If the lymph nodes become blocked and cause inflammation, they can be unblocked with a simple body massage. This information is so important that Yehua dropped a couple of tree limbs in front of my house and blocked my path to help me understand it. In the book of John, it talks about a pool in Bethesda. Bethesda means house of mercy. Cripples would gather at Bethesda, and every once in a while, during an appointed time, an angel would stir the waters. The first cripple who jumped into the pool would be healed of whatever disease he or she had. The Almighty labeled me a cripple when Uncle Tom asked, "Why can't you tell me why you've been laying in bed like a cripple for 2 hours?" In a way, you can compare the invisible angel who showed up for my home visitation as being the angel of Bethesda. He stirred the waters within my leg, just like the angel of Bethesda stirred the waters within the pool. However, my stirred waters found resistance when it came to the lymph nodes within my leg. You might be asking, why is any of this important? The living waters flow from the throne room of God within our brain. This water has the power to heal us, but it can't do it if it is blocked. The path of enlightenment isn't just a journey for the consciousness. We are created in the image of God. The Trinity is made up of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Likewise, we are made up of the mind, body, and soul. To find true enlightenment, all three aspects of ourselves must be in balance with one another. We can't be so consumed with advancing our minds that we neglect our body, and we can't be so consumed with our body that we neglect our soul. The path to the tree of life is to find balance and harmony within ourselves. I hope that this video has helped you on your path of enlightenment. My name is Wendy, and you've been called out of darkness.